Over the last year, few coaches in our region have blazed a trail like Bret Bielema at Illinois. Now he has Illini fans dreaming about the college football playoff. Our Corey Miller went to Champaign to chat with the coach.
It's a new day in Champaign. The preseason coaches poll has the Illini ranked 12th in the country. And in Bret Bielema's 5th season, the Illini are thinking big. How close is this Illinois program to what you envisioned when you first got here?
You know, I'm excited. I think we've grown every year. But bottom line is each year is its own story, right? And I'm super excited. I think in the world of college football, we got 110 roster players, but 40 new guys. So there's just so much more turnover than has ever been done. So you kind of got to learn and get settled into. You got to take every year for what it is. But you know, Josh Whitman and I, when we first got together, we started talking about sustainable success. And, you know, we hope this is another big step in that direction, because I do think Illinois is something that can kind of hold its place in college football for a while.
A lot of individual guys getting some, preseason accolades too, especially your quarterback, who you're asked about all the time. What do you love most about Luke, and why is it important for him to be the guy leading this team on the field?
You know, I give Luke a lot of credit, because the things he's gathering now are things that he's worked for in the past. So he's a very intentional leader, not just what he does on the field, but he's really a very intentional person with relationships. He'll take someone to lunch. He'll grab somebody and go to dinner, right? He is very direct in what he does. He's also a big picture thinker, right? He's a guy that, as a quarterback, you got to be extremely oriented on the details of that play, but he gets the big picture, right?
How do you think Illinois has adapted over the years? You've seen it. You've been here kind of when this all started and where you are now, yourself and the university personally, to kind of embrace this.
You know, I think at first, you'd have these conversations about paying athletes, and you'd get real quiet, and you're like, we're going to give them this, and hey, we're not doing anything illegal. We're doing what is totally legal and what a lot of people are doing. So I think the biggest thing for us, the challenge that NIL brings, is to balance it all, right? And I would say overall, when the NIL world started, we kind of put our toes in and we didn't jump in, and learned a lot through basketball, right? And then transitioned to where we are now. And this is the first time going into this year that we've kind of been empowered to be kind of somewhat close to our competition, and it feels really good.
Kids in the St. Louis area are really starting to buy into what you've got going on here. How much a specific focus was that for you?
You know, we have two offensive starters from East St. Louis. The guys start right by each other. You know, so two Illinois guys. JoJo Hayden, another guy from East St. Louis, is a very valuable role player for us. We just signed Carson Boyd, who has really been an impressive guy in fall camp. So we're bringing in some more. I know there's a couple I can't talk about, but we've really targeted that area. Thad Ward, my running back coach, my associate head coach, really does a good job of recruiting in there. We kind of treat that area as an in-state area and go after everybody that we can.
You're a guy who, you get a microphone and you're going to speak your mind. Do you like mixing it up a little bit? I know there's been a couple things over the last year.
You know, I get it. I really just try to, I always say this, right? The honesty is the best policy. I learned early on in life, right? If you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. And I just kind of take that approach. I don't really say anything with the intent to, I'll jab a guy here and there. I get it. But I really, if somebody takes a shot at Illinois, I don't like that, right? It's, and in the greater big, like I remember being a young coach in 2006. We won 10 games, and Lloyd Carr and Jim Tressel grabbed me at Big Ten Media Days. And they basically made reference like, hey, you're gonna be a voice of college football in the future, and when that moment comes, you got to represent us, right? And I think that time is kind of now, and I think college football is as good as it's ever been. It's a really exciting time. It's a really good environment. You're doing things we've never been able to do. With the love of this conference, I know you're in the SEC area down there in St. Louis too, right? But really, Big Ten football and SEC football, what drives everything, and that is awesome in itself. I know we're always going to have our disagreements, but you talk about two traditional conferences that really represent the same thing. Their fan bases are very proud of their teams, and that's what makes this place great.
I know every coach does the cliche day by day. Yeah. That's the way it is, and that's the kind of mindset that gets you to where you want to be. Do you talk with your team about, this is a program right now that has an opportunity to make the playoff?
Yeah.
It's there. It's right there for you. Is that something you verbalize out loud?
Well, everybody has that opportunity, right? It's what you do with your moments. But we kind of do. I appreciate what you're saying. It's not coach speak, it's success speak, I think. And, like yesterday was practice 4, right? So one of the last things I say when I meet with my guys pre-practice is I'm like, hey, we all got practice 4 today. What are you going to do? Because what you do affects what we do, right? And I think our guys understand that voyage, right? They understand that process, and it's part of the fun to be here and be a part of it. And I think our guys carry an edge that you're going to see come out every day.
One thing is for certain, Illini fans are sure fired up to see Bret Bielema's squad in 2025. For the first time in 20 years, season tickets are sold out in Champaign. The Illini open their season August 29th against Western Illinois. Reporting from Champaign for Sports Plus, I'm Corey Miller.